What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this is a video that I've been meaning to do for a while. I've been putting it off because I haven't been 100% sure, not 100% confident on exactly what I want to go into in this, category. Judging by you guys saw the title, you guys right here seeing what's going on. I wasn't 100% sure on what Starlight exact, like which one I want to talk about, which one I was exactly going to go into. So every time I wanted to make the video, I constantly started changing my mind, and I just like, you know what? Let me just wait till 2023. Let me, let me get all this, wedding stuff and all this, other stuff that I kind of had. So I kind of take time, breathe, and kind of really focus in to look at which one might be the next Starlight that I want to go into. I mentioned in a previous video that I invested in two Starlights. I invested in the line of the Light Charmer, and I also invested in the Fire Charmer, which was this one was way higher at one point. But these are ones that I very much really hit on. I was able to get rid of it when it was in the $800 mark, and like it wasn't like it wasn't like some crazy genius move on my part. It was just like a feeling I had, like combined with something that I felt was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was obvious, but there's just certain trends like we have in the UA community that kind of just pick up naturally. So like for the price it was, I was willing to go into it, and now it's like a solid 500, which is still not no, not bad. But this was right here. This was even lower, than these ones at one point, even lower than that one. So before I get into it, if you guys like, the stuff that's going on here, please feel free to like and subscribe. Trying to get, trying to get 100, so I could do like a little giveaway slash awesome that I have going on. But yeah, if not, it's all good. Leave your comments down below. I really do like getting comments, like they don't always have to be like agreeing with it with everything. I do like getting comments, because like there is some things that I missed. Like in my last video, I mentioned I don't know what was going on in my head. Like I was talking about Zodiac Trident, and then I mentioned like, oh yeah, it's a one card mega clops, and that's why like that's not a reason to be afraid. And I completely just ignored the fact that it is also a one card Zeus. So yeah, like I was reading the comments today, and I was like, huh, yeah, it is one card Zeus. Although I still feel like it could come back, because like I'm not gonna say there's a whole bunch of one card Zeuses, but there are a lot of decks that could. Well, I'm gonna say a lot, but there are decks that are able to get out Zeus, and like Zeus would be like a huge problem and come back, but Zeus also isn't a big issue right now, and that's probably because there isn't a super easy way to go into it. So one deck, like kind of having it seems a little seems a little lopsided, but when you're messing with the tier 0 format, that is like, I don't know, I want to start talking about the format or anything, but I don't know, that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh is. So like I said, if you guys want to leave comments, go and feel free to leave comments. I do like reading them sometimes. It does help me with certain videos, like realizing that, oh yeah, I forgot to mention Zeus. That was dumb. So anyway, that was a long intro. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get into what I'm talking about. And it isn't really a market watch, kind of just more of a review on what's going on with like with some of these Starlights, because like I just like this right here. This was a Starlight that like would have been really cool for me to kind of think about, but I wasn't really thinking about going into Starlights when this one first came out. It already kind of started high, and it is starting to kind of go up. Well, starting to kind of come down a little bit, but this one right here, I really do feel I really do feel like would be a good candidate to go up. It's already pretty high, so if it does like fall to like maybe below 300, I would be willing to maybe pick up like one or two, because you there's certain there's not like, I'm not only trying to pray, like I want to say pray, but I'm not only talking about like the people who like to high rarity and they have the money, but there's also some people who are willing to get that one card in a certain rarity. Like there's a couple of people out there who like, if maybe you have the extra money, you have the want, maybe even the need, and you're like, if I'm gonna get my Access Code Talker, I want the nicest one. It's like I use it in every deck, and like there's some people out that are like that out there. So that's like that's something, that's the reason why I could see this card kind of slowly kind of start to rise, kind of like slowly people start to like, okay, yeah, I want it, and they slowly start coming up to the point where these kind of start going up. But it's already pretty high at this price point, so I really wouldn't want to go into it too much. This one also like was a good Starlight. I really like that one. I actually pulled this one from a Return of the Duelist case that I opened a long time ago. This one shot up to almost 1,000 at one point, but now it kind of went back to where it was. This Pot of Prosperity was something that I kind of considered, but like I said, this is kind of same as Axis Kotaku, where it's really high. Zeus is This is one that I really wish that I would have picked up more. I wish I would have picked up more Zeus's. It's already like I said, like it didn't like it's like super cheap, but this is something I feel kind of similar to the Axis Kotaku, to where it could kind of start to go up. It's currently going for like like 373, 372. I mean, like, maybe if I find like a good looking one, and maybe I'm able to get it for like below, like maybe like 300, I may be willing to get it. But to be honest, like I kind of want to like stay away. I probably might stay away from like all this stuff right here. I wanted to get the Dark Charmer, but like people are already caught on by then, so this is already starting to go up. I really I forgot exactly why this initially kind of shot up. Like it didn't shoot up super high. Maybe it was maybe in like the 4 range. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so like it was like in the 400 range, and that's kind of like around where I sold it. And but it's been kind of going down and down. I really like I said, like the main reason why is because like it's Charmer. There's a lot of fans of Charmers. It's very recognizable. The art, the art is also like really nice. So it's like these are kind of like obvious. It's like waifu. Like the rose and like the seahorse, is like waifu ones. But I guess I don't know. Like I really wish that I would have had some of the capital that I have now to like to get Yu-Gi-Oh, to get some of this stuff before it kind of started to slowly creep up. Even Ghost Spell, I think, wouldn't be the worst. Let's see what she at. She's at 375. Like I said, we're just like going over stuff. This is not, we're not trying to get super in depth. I am gonna go over a couple cards that I do want to start picking up. But yeah, she started really way higher, just started kind of going down. This will be an interesting one to kind of look at. There's a lot here at 310, 312, 312. So she's, like if in person, if I could find one, like I said, for like maybe 270, we want to kind of get one. This because like she always comes in and out of the meta, so like it wouldn't be the worst thing to like be able to have this on deck. Like it I guess kind of similar to like the DD Crow. DD Crow wasn't like I think it was like a $200 one. Let's see. Hold up. I always do that. I always go the wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, it was like in the three, like around when it first came by, back in January when it first came out. I guess it was still pretty low, the 300s. But now we go to 1 month and it's already in the 500 range. That's pretty much because of how much impact that it had in the meta. Because like before the Bestials, essentially you ran DD Crow, and it's like if you didn't if you couldn't and didn't want to run Shifter, then you would run DD Crow. So there's always those little small opportunities for, well, I don't want to say small, but there's always opportunities for cards to come back, and you just never know. Because like a lot of people probably thought this was a bad Starlight, and then now it's on the front page of the Starlights. That's that Lightning Storm. I want to go over Lightning Storm actually, because it has been trending down. See, like something you could also do is that you could also kind of like see some of these good ones that are trending down. So for example, like Lightning Storm is like a really good staple. So if you're looking to like get something that'll hold, like you want to get more cards like this. You want to get like the more staple cards. Let's see. Oh wow. Let's see. 277, 280. They have them for 280 right here. That's actually like pretty interesting. That's something to consider right there. But see, one thing about the Starlight is that something about Starlights is they don't hold their value as much. I'd much rather I'd rather just invest in more. I'd rather spend the majority of my money investing in more meta related cards. But I do want to start talking about cards that I am interested in starting to get right now, and the first two that we're going to I want to mention is Trouble Sunny and Kisi Kill Frost. The like it isn't really anything, like it isn't some crazy like, oh, I know something in the back. It's just kind of the feeling that I have that when the live twin engine, either live twin as a deck or live twin as an engine becomes meta relevant, or maybe a time where it potentially could be used in a lot of different decks, because I really do like the engine. Like I think the engine is very powerful. Like it has like especially with Trouble Sunny, because you basically have access to a free summon, and then the free summon turns into a pop and a draw, and then the pop and the draw could turn into her, which could also turn into an interruption. It's it is it. I'm stuttering here. It isn't the worst. It is. These wouldn't be the worst ones to kind of go into, and also too, they're not really that high. Like they usually don't run. Maybe they run one or two of these, so like it isn't like with like some other cards that they run like three, like three copies, so you get the max value. But I can see these things right here. It was at 240, and now it's starting to come down. It's at one. It's here. You got here at 165, 164, 172. This isn't really like a bad price point. Like if you wanted to get three copies of it, like you wanted to get three copies of her, especially because she's the one that lets you draw. Like if you don't want to get like, if you want to just kind of pick certain ones, like like this one right here would be a pretty good option, because she's the one that like kind of like lets you draw. So she's like like the better one of the other ones. So yeah, white control, evil twin monster, banishes card, draw them. Yeah, exactly. This is the one that when you add it, you could draw. So this one would be an interesting one to go into. Another one I want to talk about is Trouble Sunny. I kind of similar to the Axis Code Talker theory of like it's something in the extra deck, but you have to run three of. So this one could be. I guess I don't know. I guess like sometimes like I mean like when you have a player that just wants to hollow everything out, it doesn't matter. But when you have people that just want to get a certain card, they rather get they rather get a Starlight Access Code Talker, because they usually only need one Access Code Talker. You're gonna run multiple Trouble Sunny, and you don't want to have two, like regular Trouble Sunnies and then one Starlight. You'd rather have your one of's kind of be your Starlight. So that's also why I feel strong as I mean I just feel this is an option. I do feel stronger about this one because like you don't have to run three of them, and it's like a main deck one. Destroy your Phoenix Enforcer. That's also a one of two. I'm not really too. I don't really, since there's no Verte Anaconda, I really don't see this thing being that hardcore. There are going to be hero players though, so I guess if you're someone who believes in the hero community and you really think that this is gonna take off, then yeah, that's something that you wanna that you wanna go out and try. Let's see. No, see these right here. I feel these are all traps. I won't say traps, but these are just not. It's just not gonna like pay off in the way that you think they're gonna pay off. This true. This isn't a gate, so this would kind of be like a candidate. But no, I would rather right now go with Ultimate Slayer. I'd very much rather try to find my way into some kind of first edition. First edition. Oh yeah, I don't know. I got first edition in my head because I saw the freaking first edition price marker. Yeah, I would want to get myself Starlight. These ones in Starlight. I like. I guess unless Crossout Designator becomes the card, I guess right now I'm being torn. Maybe I'll do a video discussing it. I'm kind of torn between, is Crossout Designator or is Ultimate Slayer gonna be the next breakout card of the meta? Because if Max C comes back, then it's gonna be Crossout Designator. Crossout Designator is gonna be the next card that you need. It's gonna be super hard to acquire in a lot. So I yeah, that's originally that one there, because that's dependent on Max C. But if they don't bring back Max C, and what's more likely is this right here could be a really good form. Well, I mean, it is a really good form of removal, and it's pretty much like I said, this is targeted for people who are really trying to call everything out, because you would probably need multiple different copies of it, but just because of what the card does and like the artwork, and I think it really does look nice. I have seen this in Starlight in person, and like I really do feel like the artwork of this card could drive it to be 500, as long as it's meta relevant. Currently it's going for like, it says 224 there, but it's probably going to be like a 200 one right here. Yeah, You can get it for for under 200, about 184, 185. And like this one right here, like I wouldn't probably mind having a set of this. This is something that I very much like. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna hit on it because there's other ones there's two other ones I don't want to talk about. The first, like this one, I'm definitely gonna try to get two copies of. If I have a little extra, maybe I might. But I do want to get a playset of Tri-Brigade Farragut the Baron Blossom. I've always had faith in this card, and this card has been trending down, and I think right now is the best time for me to take it. I've essentially bought all of my Starlights around the $170 price point. I feel like that's the most I really want to spend, and yeah, that's the most that I really want to spend when investing in some of these Starlights, because they could just flop. They could flop and do nothing. So like when I kind of go into something, I really don't want them to be too high. And right now at 174, I think this is like a really good one. I could see not only as a Ultimate Slayer target, but it's a it's a good card in its own its own deck, the Tri Brigade. But I think it's mostly as an Ultimate Slayer target. Like I really feel if Tri Brigade becomes a good rogue deck, or maybe even tier 1 contender, and then you have the Ultimate Slayer running around, this Starlight here could maybe even like triple in price, for like $400, $500, $600. So this is one that I'm definitely going to be trying to try to find me a play set and get into it. This is also an interesting one. Super polymerization, Alpha Master. This is the like was supposed to be the new Pankratops, but it's really hard to replace the Pankratops. Like I said, so these are all the element fillers. Like I said, any time a lot of this could kind of spring. I currently have a Starlight Regulus. I bought it when it was higher, and it's like currently going 139. I guess I was a little bit under the impression that ABC Therion was going to take on more, or maybe Therion's Spriggan is going to do good, but as of right now, I'm just really chilling with it. There's nothing really here that I kind of want to super go into. I was interested in the Dynamorph in the Theria, but yeah, I decided just to really let it pass. Dinosaur did not impact like I wanted to. The last card that I want to talk about is this thing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. My fiance is home, and maybe I could just ask her to pronounce it. But yeah, no, we're good here. All right, I'm gonna leave her name as it is. I'm gonna butcher it and get frustrated trying to freaking say it. So this has been trending down, 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 down. It was, it was. I think it was even over 100 at one point. Let me check. Let me check. Yeah, so it was at 100. I think this is kind of when this is probably why I don't have any copies right now. It was at 100, and I was like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm paying $100 for this card. And yeah, I was very much right. This card is just going down, going down. It looks like you could pick them up for about 53, 52, 54. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this I don't see this. And well, it is a target for Super Poly. Like it is a target for Super Poly. Like if there's a Pendulum deck that goes rogue, and Super Poly would be able to check it with this. It just says two Pendulum monsters. So I don't really there probably is someone out there that's gonna tell me that, oh well, she's using this. Either way, I just for the art, the cooking, the way she looks, I really do like the art within the whole aesthetic with everything. I do feel like this right here, just for the waifu tax alone, could maybe potentially 3x in the next year or so. Could I be wrong? Yes, very, very much could be wrong. Could be wrong about everything I've said in this video. Also, like I said, this wasn't like a hardcore kind of video where it's like, oh, this is what you do. No, this was just me kind of just blurting out my thoughts. I do a lot of thinking to myself, and that's kind of why I started this channel, was because sometimes I will sit there and have I'll be there I'll be there at work, I'll be like working on some program, or I'll be going to the machine, getting it together, and I'm kind of and I'll be having like these conversations in my head about like, oh, this card, oh, what would this happen, just different things. And after, like sometimes I'm like, how come I don't make like videos just talking about this stuff? So that's kind of what this is, just me having different conversations, thinking about what startups I want to go into, and I'm just gonna end it on, yeah, like this is one that I'm thinking about, and I'm thinking this weekend trying to get me at least 3 copies of all the Starlights that I've talked about. That's it, guys. Another video that I tried to make quick that did not go quick. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. If you like what what you hear over here, what you see, please don't feel free to like and subscribe. If not, it's all good. Leave a comment down below if if you have an opinion about anything. It's all good. Like I said, I'll like to hear it, like to read it. Sometimes it helps me. Sometimes it helps me even realize that I forgot something, or just completely something flies over my head, and that really helps me out. So yeah, until the next one, guys. Peace out.